Amud Aleph, and it starts with Hoysef Rebbe Akiva. Hoysef Rebbe Akiva. Rebbe Akiva added. So the Mishnah before said that the Pneu's Gan Gehanim said at Edis that they used to burn Basar Shnitma Ba'ava Tima and Basar Shnitma B'Lada Tima. We had two pshatim what it means. If it means simply you burn the meat that's a rishon with a lashi, that's what Rebbe Yochanan learns. A Kapara learns B'Lada Tima means Tumas Devreyan. You burnt the meat that's Tamam and Torah together with the meat that's only Tamam and Devreyan. Gemara is going to say now another addition to this. Hoysef Rebbe Akiva. Rebbe Akiva added. He said another chiddush, you can also burn oil that became possible by tvul yoim. At tvul yoim that touches oil from kodesh or from truma, it becomes possible. And you burn that oil, you put that oil in a nair, in a candle holder that became tomei through a tmei mace. That's what it means that you're taking the oil that's only a psul, and you're making it into a tomei, because the oil that you put into a nair that's a avatimah, or maybe a rishon, depends if it's an nair shel matches or it's an nair shel cheres. Whatever it is, you're making it into much a stronger tumah. So that's what Rebbe Akiva added. Even that is also allowable, since it's anyway tummy already. It's possible. That's why you're allowed to burn it in an air tummy. Now the Gemara is going to explain how this goes along with the shittas Rebbe Yochanan and the shittas Bar Kapara. Let's see. I died to the Rebbe Yochanan. Tamas soifen tumas toirem tumas toirem. Balahois psul toirem tumas toirem. We're adding here chiddush that you even allowed to burn a tumas, a psul Torah. Before we're talking both are tamim and a Torah. One has a tumas rishon and tumas shlishi. Here, tul yoim is only called a psul. That's how it's called. Tul yoim is poisel, it's not matami. So even though it's only possible, you're allowed to make a tamim. That's what according to Rebbe Yochanan. The ayat of the kapara. However, how does the kapara learn this? The ayat of the kapara, tamas soifen tumas devreim tumas Torah. That was a Mishnah before, a previous Mishnah. You're allowed to burn a tumas devreim tumas Torah. V'acha psul Torah tumas Torah. Lebala lifchas. He's not adding; he's making it less. Before we had already you're allowed to burn even a tumas midrabana. And here you're saying you're allowed to burn something that's possible minat Torah. Is that a bigger chiddush? That's a lesser chiddush. Before it was only midrabban, you're allowed to do it. Kal v'chomer that if it's possible minat Torah. So my answer to possible to yoim based prasim devreim. According to Rosh Lakish, according to Hakapara, we have to learn here not to yoim of the rice of the getumah, to yoim of the rabban of the getumah. Somebody touched the base of pras and he went to the and he was tummy 7 days and he's toivel. And he's a tul yoim, and that type of tul yoim, that's a darbanan dig a tul yoim, and then he touched the shaman. That's a bigger chiddush. Even it's only a tumah darbanan, plus it's only a psul of tul yoim, that's not really a tumah, that's a chiddush of our Mishnah. Now the Gemara is going to go back to Rebbe Yochanan. Omer Rab Manakim Rab Yaseh. Rebbe Akiva kedaite. Rebbe Akiva Omer Yitma Dvar Torah. Rebbe Akiva says, Yitma Dvar Torah. So the Gemara explains that he says that minat Torah mashkim can be metam acher. So up to now it was only puzzle. Shaman. Now it has a koyach to be metam acher. So that's the chiddush of Akiva. He's saying here that what's the chiddush? You're taking something that's only possible and you're turning it. Going to Rebbe Yochanan. What's the chiddush? You're making from not from a tamei. You're making from a pasul a tamei, and the difference is because he holds that when a Torah, something that's mashkim that a tamei, have a koyach to be metamei acherim. That gives it a certain status that it's not just pasul. It has a koyach to be metamei. So that's what he's doing here. He's turning over shema that's just pasul into shema that's tamei, that in turn has a koyach to be metamei acherim dvar Torah. Omer Yisibabin, Avle Lesle Bishmol Yitma Yitame Be'oichlan is the Yitam Be'kelim. Even though he doesn't hold that Oichlan Metama Oichel, but still he holds that Kelim Metama Kelim. By time Bechol Klei Pesach V'goyim Tome, who Tome Nas Avatum Latame, that goes on Klicheres, but other Kelim, yes. So Kli Matches or Kli 8 could be Metama something. If it's Avatum, it can make a Rishon Atum. Only Klicheres cannot make something else. A Klicheres can make other Klicheres Tum. Is Tanya Tana. Some are learning Neo Shanit with Tmei Mace. Claiming Noga Bemeis Atzmai. So they know in the Mishnah this Neir touched a dead body. Is Tanya Tana bit Mei Mace. It means the Neir touched a person that touched the mace. That's the story here. It didn't touch directly a dead body. Man but Tmei Mace because Shatef, talking about Kli 8. So according to him, it comes Avatuma, because if it touches a dead body, you don't say Chervarei Kecholo, only by Kli Matches. So this Neir became a Avatuma. And but Tmei Mace because Matches. So if it touched even a Tmei Mace, the Neir becomes also Avatuma. That's a din. If there's a person that touches a mace, he's an Avatuma, right? He touches a Kli Matches, that turns the same like him. So we want to, that's for sure that the Mishnah is talking here about a Keli, that's an Avatuma. Question is, how did it become Avatuma? Either by touching directly a mace, or by touching a man that touched a mace. That is, if it's a Kli Matches, so even if it touches a man that touched a mace, it also becomes Avatuma. And that's the Chiddush, that you're allowed to put in the oil in such a Keli, even though you're making it into a Rishon. That's the Chiddush of Rebbe Kiva. Reb Meir, mit Evreim lamadnu, shesoy from Truma, im atmeya the Pesach. So the Gemara is going to be very marach here. What does Reb Meir say from whose words? Very superficially, we say that just you're allowed to burn. Very superficially. Just like you're allowed to burn, let's say, a shlishi with a rishon, or a tumah derabanan, a tumah deraisa, the same, we see that if something is going le'ibud, you're allowed to burn it. The same, you're allowed to burn tumah tahirim at Mei Pesach. When it comes the time of burning, let's say, shashishas, you're allowed to burn even tumah tahirim tameya, even though you're making it tamei. That's very superficial. The Gemara is going to discuss it at length. No, it's not a good. You cannot compare it. I'm just going to finish the Mishnah, and the rest I'm going to continue by the next year, because it's a hard thing here. Now the Gemara says here another statement. The Gemara is going to say who's talking here. Somebody's saying this. You cannot burn. They're arguing on a mayor. You cannot burn Tahirim Atmeya, even Erev Pesach. Even when it's time of beer, you cannot be Metama Truma. What is Reb Lezer and Yeshua arguing? So there was a Kabbalah that they're arguing something about burning Truma Tahirim Atmeya. Ala Tluya Vala Atmeya. Reb Lezer Oimet Tzav Zirasin. Tluya Atmeya, that's something else already. Because it's not Tahir, it's all Tluya. So then, Blazer says even that has to be burnt separately. And this is already talking about all year round. It's an interesting Mishnah. So Mishnah is jumping from Pesach there all year round. But that's how the Gemara explains it. If Shu Oimer Shteim Kachas, even all year round, you can burn a Teluya and a Tumeya together. Why? Because it's anyway not, you can't do anything with the tluya, so you might as well burn it with tmei. You'll have to be metama. This is what Rabbi Yeshua says here, and we'll leave up the rest for the next shir. Because it's not so easy in the next Gemara, and it's going to be. So I want to stop here and let me ravach as baina. Okay, this is the end of Daf Zayin. Zayin Amud Aleph and Zayin Amud Beis.